All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we're going through Proverbs 5, verses 3 through 4. So let's get it. For the lips of a forbidden woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. So, what's my interpretation of this? The first thing I think of is be weary of people trying to sell you a bag of goods. And what do I mean by that? For the lips of a forbidden woman drip honey. A forbidden woman, also a strange woman. Forbidden, strange, sounds like somebody you don't really want to be around. But the very people you don't want to be around, the their lips drip honey. Their speech is smoother than oil, which means it's going to be very attractive to you. You're going to want to listen to this person speak. You're going to want to, just be around them, hear what they have to say, and then maybe change your beliefs, thoughts, feelings, actions, or results in your life based on what they have to tell you. However, if you get caught up in the fact that their lips drip honey and their speech is smoother than oil, when you get caught up in that fact, you're going to get sold a bag of goods. And that's why I say be wary of people trying to sell you a bag of goods, because people like this forbidden woman have their own interests in mind. And so she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Whenever you're bitter, whenever you're sharp as a two-edged sword cuts both ways, right? It's going to cut you and it's going to cut them. When you're bitter, hurt people, right? So bitterness begat bitterness. And so because she's bitter, she's focused on how she's feeling, which means all of her actions, all of her words, and I keep saying her, this can be men too, guys. Everybody who is who is bad for you and has words that drip honey, that speech that is as smooth as oil, men and women alike, every person on the planet can be in this situation. They cut themselves and they cut you because their bitterness, their anger, their sadness seeks company. They want to commiserate with you, be miserable together. I don't know if commiserate was the right word, but they want to be miserable with you because misery loves company. So that's why I get be wary of people trying to sell you a bag of goods, because it's going to sound like it's really awesome, right? It's going to have everything you need. They're going to be like, yo, you need more leads? Here's that. You need better businesses? Here's that. You need love? Here's that. You need customers that are satisfied? Here's that. You need to lose 10 pounds? There's that. You need sweet brownies to eat for dessert? There's that, right? Anything you want, they're going to give it to you because they know what you want based on the fact that their mouth is dripping honey. Their lips are dripping honey, which is very sweet. It is the thing that you want. It is very attractive to you. So whenever you're listening to somebody sell you something and you're like, wow, this sounds too good to be true, maybe it is. And I think Charlie Munger said that, or Warren Buffett, or somebody who's old and wise was like, when it's sounds too good to be true, it usually is too good to be true. So the entrepreneurial application of this is be wary of people trying to sell you a bag of goods, right? Like in the entrepreneurial space, there are services, there are products, there's coaching, there are masterminds that are simply a bag of goods. Like it's not what you need in your life right now. In fact, most of what you need is probably to improve yourself, either your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, or your results, right? And if you touch on any one of those, it'll start to affect the others. But when you're not focusing on yourself and you're at the point where you need to team up with other people to use their product, their service to reach a goal, right? Focus on the person's character and their actions, not their words. When it comes to partnerships, when it comes to working together, when it comes to collaboration, when it comes to anything in life, focus on character and actions. And this is a tip from Warren Buffett. Really, Warren Buffett says you need to be a good judge of character, a great judge of character, really, to make great partnerships happen or to work with a good CEO. He's like, I need to see that you are a person of character and integrity. You have the failures behind you, the experience behind you, because that's how I know you'll run a successful business. When you are a person who has developed character through consistent, intentional action, and you've learned from failure, right? And so that's the entrepreneurial application of this. Focus on person's character, focus on people's actions, and then become a person of great character and become a person who takes massive, great action. And so where has this shown up in my life? I focus on becoming the person I want to be around instead of partnering to cover my weaknesses. So for the longest time, I was like, I don't have money. Let me partner with somebody who has money. I don't have this. Let me do this. And that works. It does. But you also have to bring something to the table. If you're going to partner with somebody who has money, make sure you are bringing the deal to the table. They bring the money, you bring the deal. And then you get somebody else to bring the experience. That is a valid form of partnership. But if you only bring the deal, you don't have any experience, you don't have somebody with experience, why would the person with money want to partner with you, right? And so I focus on becoming the person that people want to partner with because it's the person that I would want to partner with. I'm like, what's the hard road to becoming that person? Let me start to walk down that road, right? And when you become that person, it is now a partnership to enhance strengths as opposed to covering weaknesses. And by enhanced strengths, I mean two strong people are getting together and their strengths work together well, as opposed to two weak people getting together, hoping to become strong when they're one, because you will just be more weak. Because your insecurity and your fear will feed on each other. At least this is what I have experienced in the partnerships I was in. So you need to become a strong person and then partner with strong people instead of staying a weak person and partnering with weak people, or staying a weak person and trying to partner with strong people, because strong people won't want to partner with you, right? And you can learn that the hard way, or you can just listen to this on this podcast, because I did learn it the hard way when people are like, why would I give you my money? Why would I do this? Why would I do that? You don't have the experience. It may look like a good deal, but you don't have the experience to really know if it's a good deal, and you can't bring any capital to the table. Like, why would I partner with you? These are some of the things that I ran into. And so while my character might have been there, my actions weren't there. Or maybe I was lacking character and actions, because they're like, you're a young guy, you haven't been in the game long enough, you haven't been consistent enough, you don't have a track record, all this stuff, right? And it's like, okay, well, on to the next, until I can create a scenario where I can start to build, start to become that person that I need to attract the people that I need to. So that's where it has shown up in my life. I now focus on becoming the person I want to be around instead of partnering to cover my weaknesses. Now, where do I want this to show up in my life? I want to have a bag of goods to actually sell people. So I know I said when it sounds too good to be true, it usually is, but with every usually, there's an exception. And I want to be that exception. There's two sides to this, and sometimes the bag of goods is a person is being presented by a person of character who has taken massive action, who has actually done the do, and they're trying to get you to a better place. Every bag of goods can't be too good to be true, because there's always a bag of goods that presents a better situation than where you are right now, a better life situation. You will never have more life. And I don't want to get into that on this podcast, but it's like you can have better circumstances, you can create better circumstances, but it's always important to be present in the moment and know that like there's plenty to be thankful for right now, but also plenty of opportunity to be thankful for right now that you should seize, because it'll make your life better and it'll make the life of the people around you better. So I want to be that person who walked the road, did the hard stuff, accomplished this stuff, but also like didn't take unnecessary routes. Like stuff doesn't need to take as long as we think it needs to take. And so I want to get there, and I want to get there quick and get there effectively so I can turn around and help other people get there. And I want that bag of goods to be an offer, really a $100 million offer, like Alex Hormozy talks about, to actually give to people. And it's for my benefit, it's for their benefit, and it's for the benefit of some third party that will be impacted by them later in the road. So how can you guys apply this to your life? I would say start watching what you buy and redirect it towards better stuff that isn't getting you on emotions, but attracts you based on value. And so usually when somebody's trying to sell you a bag of goods, right? Back to the verse, it's like, for the lips of a forbidden woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. When it sounds good, and they're just appealing to you based on emotion, right? You can see the honey dripping from their lips, and you can see the speech being as smooth as oil, like it's buttering you up, just making the sale and the transaction smoother. When that is happening and you have to be sold, basically, start watching out for that, because you might be buying something that doesn't have enough baseline value to attract you. For example, nobody sells us the iPhone. The iPhone gets marketed, and then we take our butts to a store and buy it. In fact, the selling is done by the excitement of our peers who have the iPhone, right? Because there's a lot of value in that iPhone. Like pay $1,000 for an iPhone, but you get much more than $1,000 worth of value from it, especially if you use it for business, right? And so start watching what you buy and redirect it towards better stuff. And you determine if stuff is better based on whether you're getting sold on emotions or getting sold on value. And when it comes down to it, emotions are in every buying decision. But if your emotions have to be kind of picked and prodded, you could be a person that needs to be more decisive. That could be a scenario. Or B, you could be getting manipulated, influenced. If it's actually better for you, you're just being influenced. Manipulation, influence, help. It can get real cloudy based on the person's intent. Or, yeah. So A, you need to be more decisive. B, you could be getting sold. Or C, you're buying better stuff and you're buying it based on value, right? And the value is what touches on your emotion, not the person's words. It's the character, the actions, and the product, not the words. If you're being sold on the words, maybe watch what you buy and choose to buy better stuff. That's how you can apply it to your life. And then also create something of value to sell people. So there you go. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you on the next one. And on that note, we're out.